Hey, good people, welcome to Talk Tuesday, a series dedicated to empowering youth and families. This program is brought to you by Steps Foundation, Inc., where advocacy meets education to support and uplift young minds. Each month, we dive into meaningful topics designed to spark growth, boost confidence, and equip you with the tools to navigate life with purpose and power. I am Abigail Ellis, your host and executive director with Steps Foundation, Inc. This month, we are focusing on something that affects everyone, especially as the year winds down: money management for teens and young adults before the holidays. So let's be real, y'all. We know this season can bring a lot of pressure, especially between gift giving, social events, and family obligations. It is easy to feel overwhelmed when it comes to managing money. And for many teens and young adults, it may be the first time you're making financial decisions on your own. That's why now is the perfect time to build smart money habits that will last way beyond the holidays. This month, we're talking about budgeting, saving, making intentional choices, and avoiding that post holiday financial stress. It's not just about saying no to spending, it's about learning how to say yes to your goals. We're here to give you tools to make confident and informed money decisions that align with your values and your future plans. Financial wellness is self care, and we love self-care, okay? And just like with mental health, knowing how to manage your money is a form of empowerment. You've got the power to build habits that support your dreams, and it starts right now. So let's dig in, learn together, and get financially ready for the holidays and beyond. So I'm passing it over to Ilani for question time. What we talking about?
Hi everyone. So my first question is, why is it important for teens to start saving early, even if it's just a little?
Oh, I love that question. I even think back to like when I was a teen, we didn't really talk about like why we should save as teens, right? So savings kind of came as an adult. I feel like it's important for teens because it helps build better habits early. I think we become more equipped. Like when you learn how to become financially responsible as a teen, you become a little bit more equipped to be able to handle other financial obligations. So like building credit, for instance, or being responsible with building a budget or following a budget. I think when you start as a teen, it helps prepare you for what happens later. Did you start early on, Ilani?
Not really. I started at 18 when I graduated high school.
Makes
So,
sense.
yeah, but it's good to start early because like you have emergency money, like you said, credit, and it can prepare you for the future. And
Yeah. Yeah, I 100% agree. I feel like when we was growing up, it wasn't talked about a lot. Like finances was always like that taboo topic. Our parents didn't want to really share like information when it came to like finances, especially like they didn't want to talk about bills. Like you just know that the bills got paid. They didn't really want to talk about like how they built credit other than like don't get it because it's bad, you'll go in debt. I don't think there was enough information for us to make better financial decisions as adults, um, unless our parents were truly talking to us about it. I think teens now, especially in school, they're getting financial literacy classes now, which I think is a huge help. Definitely something that's needed and necessary to help them make better choices and decisions. But also, like there are other programs now, like other nonprofits who specialize in better financial literacy tools for students to have that kind of help them get started early. Because again, we know, I feel like early intervention is key in almost everything, like no matter what we think of. The more knowledge you have about it early on, the better you get at being able to do it. And then I think teens also need a way to practice it. So if they're getting like an allowance, how are we helping to prepare them to save with their allowance? Because just because they received it don't mean they necessarily have to spend it. So are we as parents helping talk to our kids about how they can save money and what savings looks like, how they can grow or invest the money that they have? So I think those conversations are key, especially in a household. for families to have to help our teens to get there early.
Yeah, like you said, like a lot of parents don't talk about saving for their kids because sometimes they're struggling with the bills and the money and they don't talk about it a lot. Maybe they would tell you like save money because you don't want to be in debt.
Yep.
But yeah, a lot of people struggle with that.
I think my favorite quote from my mama is we save it for a rainy day, right? And in the back of my mind, I was always like, girl, it's raining today. Well, what day is that? Because it's raining now. Um, but I think like having more context of what a rainy day is, which essentially meant have an emergency fund, but they weren't calling it that then. It was just that rainy day fund, like when something goes wrong, that you have money set aside to help you should you lose your job or should something major go wrong within your household, like the car breaks down. And sometimes, depending on what happens with the car, it's an expensive fix. If you're in a house, like you have to pay for whatever breaks in your house, whether it's the air condition or plumbing. In an apartment, you may not have those expenses, but what happens if you automatically, like if an emergency happens within your apartment and you have to move right away, that's sometimes out of your control. Do you have the funds to be able to do that? So I think like explaining emergency funds and why emergency funds are important would have definitely been key for a lot of us older people. And now like some of our younger people like hearing the words emergency fund, I think is important.
Everyone should have their emergency funds.
True.
Okay. Can you share a story where saving early helped you reach a big goal?
Ooh. Mm. I think it starts with us understanding our goals. So for me, right, like there was a time where I had to pay for school out of pocket. Yeah, and we know like that is no fun. That is no fun ordeal, right? Trying to pay a school tuition. And the crazy thing is like it was sporadic, but I knew I had to do it. At the time I had graduated from school, and because like nobody really explained financial aid coming out of school. So it was kind of like you figure it out on your own. When I first left home, I ended up going to a school where, like, of course, they used my mom's income. So at the time, my mom was a nurse, so she made money, and so they're like, you don't qualify for a grant, and so she had to get a loan in order for me to pay, in order for me to go to school. Um, the school that I was at the time, I hated it. I absolutely hated it there. And when I decided to transfer, it was like, okay, what do I do in the in between? I didn't want to go and be like, hey, mom, like we're gonna have to transfer that loan over. I had to figure out what next. And I was just getting my AA degree. It wasn't even a bachelor's. Now, the school that I was at, I was supposed to be going to get my bachelor's, but because I still had all of those prerequisite courses, it was only going to equal out to the AA degree. So I ended up like registering for a school, and because like the financial aid was not like there in that moment, I did end up having to pay out of pocket for 2 semesters. I had to save money to do that. So knowing that it was coming, and I'm grateful because again, having conversations with your financial aid office and like not being ashamed to ask questions was a huge help because they were able to help with a payment plan. So of course I had to pay it by the end of the semester, but some of it like sometimes you'll go and they'll say, okay, we need it before we can put you in this class. So the turnaround time can be much shorter than, okay, we'll wait for you to pay it off later. So I think having conversations helps, especially when you're trying to set goals, knowing that these are things that you need. One of the others, I say like, once I had graduated from school, right before I got married, we had talked about getting a car. And so we saved money for that car because we didn't want to have no big payment because nobody had time for that. We was like, what can I call us? We was like broke college students still trying to find our career. So we needed something that wasn't going to be like a really high payment. So we saved money in order to get that car. So yeah, having a goal and saving towards that goal can definitely be huge if you take the time to do it. I won't tell y'all that we saved for everything because we didn't. A lot of stuff just happened. How
It's so
about you?
nice.
Have you been able to like save for a big goal?
My car.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I was saving $200 every Friday. I get paid. Then I got to the dealership and I have like 1,000, and they needed more for the deposit. And I was like, I don't have it. Like this is what I've been saving.
Right.
And and I only did like my paycheck was like 100 to 200. So sometimes I was like put like the whole my check in the savings for my car because I really wanted it. I couldn't, like I wanted to be independent, like drive my own car. So I only had like 1,000. They needed more than that, but they helped me, so I got it the same day. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That was gonna be my next question. I'm like, girl, don't tell me they hurt your feelings and told you you couldn't get a car.
that was crazy.
Yeah, I know that's right. I know that's right. I
But
love
I
it.
pay monthly, obviously.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Yay. She said, I was trying to be independent. She said, I need my car. Need me a car. I love it. When you walked on the lot, was you able to like, did you find the car that you really wanted, or it was just like, give me whatever car I can go in right now?
Actually, we were looking and then we saw this beautiful car. And I was like, I want that one. And it worked out.
Yay. I love it. I love it. See, that's what's up. Savings goals.
Yeah, but I had to work for it now every month.
But that's what it's all about, right? Like you sacrificed something.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So knowing that you was gonna put like 100, 200, and then I heard you even say like you put your whole paycheck sometimes into that savings account. What were the things that you sacrificed in order to be able to do that?
I think myself.
I love it. I love it. Because there were times where I was like, yeah, we're not going out. I'm not going out with friends. I don't
I
need to go to the movies. Like
yeah.
it's okay. It's
I
fine.
I wouldn't buy stuff for myself. Like I want this, but I can't get it because I need my car.
Yeah.
So, but it took months. It didn't take like weeks to save money. It took months to get it. But I
Yeah,
made it.
I feel that.
I made it.
So once you met that goal, did you feel like, whoo, now I can buy something for me?
Um, I think I don't know when I got it. I made a payment, my first payment monthly. It was 353. That's what I paid for my car.
Okay.
So I was saving still for my payment card, so I couldn't get a lot of stuff for myself. So everything was for my car.
She's like, I'm still budgeting.
Yeah.
No, I love that. I love it. Because I think sometimes people feel like once they met their major goal, right? So like your major goal, for instance, in that case, was getting your brand new car. I think sometimes people feel like once they meet their major goal, like they're able to go back and splurge instead of saving for whatever the next thing is. So I love that, like, even though you met the major goal, you knew that you still had a car payment, so you were still setting aside money for that payment.
Mhm.
I love it.
Okay. What is the smartest way to divide money between saving, spending, and giving?
Ooh, that
That's a
is
hard question for me.
listen. That is a good question. I always tell people use percentages. And I know like sometimes people that like some people have like a great math, right? So some people will say like 50, 30, 20, right? So always remember to pay yourself something. And I say to pay yourself something because typically there's still things that we need, right? So whether it's groceries or household items, whatever the case may be. So like maybe that's 50% of your check. And then 30% goes towards whatever other things you wanted or needed. So that could be the bills or whatever, right? That you put in like put to the side. And then the 20% is like savings. And that could be savings for your emergency fund. That could be the charity that you want to do. And you can kind of split up what that looks like for you. But whatever it is, do it in percentages is what I feel like. As long as you say like every month I'm dedicating 20% to this. Maybe you want to only pay yourself 20% to like go and have fun. So that's going out or buying things that you want but don't need. Take 20% and give that to yourself to do that with. You may spend your 20% or you may not. Some people save their 20%. So it's like, hey, if I know I'm getting 20% every paycheck, it's gonna add up and I have more money to go out with. Because we know there's birthdays, there's holidays, and sometimes we just want to hang out with friends. So if you're saving that 20%, you're able to do that. But whatever it is, I say percentages. And I know some people like to hear a dollar amount, but I feel like when you hear a dollar amount, especially if you are working an hourly job, your hours will change. So if you're like dedicating, it's kind of like when you said like sometimes I would put aside like $100, $200. That would depend on like how much your check was, right? And what else you had to pay. So I feel like percentages will work out better than saying a specific dollar amount because if your paycheck is never the same, saying you want to put $200 when this week you only got 300 coming in is going to be hard because you may need those funds for other things. So I will go with percentages.
I might do that. That's
And
a
I was like,
good
I didn't learn about percentages until my adulthood. Okay. So like really like adulting is when I learned about percentages. Now, way back when I was like you, Elani, I'm gonna put 100 in here. I'm gonna put 200 in here. Okay, I got $40 this week that I'm gonna put in here. Like it would be like sporadic amounts, like that I would just throw in like when I could. But percentages are definitely more helpful than thinking of a dollar amount.
That's good. That's a good way to divide your money. Uh, yeah, I do it differently. When I get my paycheck, I like write down how much I spend like on gasoline, $50. So I know I'm gonna waste $50 on gas. Groceries, maybe like $40. I write everything down and the amount that I'm
Yeah,
expected to wait to.
I love it. I literally like, listen, I know I'm gonna need this much.
Yeah.
Do you eat at home more than you eat out, or do you eat out more than you eat at home? Trick question.
I eat more outside
Do you
because
factor that into your budget or not really?
not really because I get rewards. I get points.
I love it. My girl said I'm using my rewards.
I get my rewards.
The rewards come in handy. Look, I'm not even mad at that. Look, y'all better use the rewards.
I use my McDonald's app.
Listen, I can't even lie. I love McDonald's app. I get that 18.99. Look, them 40 nuggets and fries. That'd be my favorite go-to. It's 18.99, y'all, just so you know. Not that I'm advertising for McDonald's, okay? But we love us some McDonald's over here too. I'm not even mad.
But yeah, I use rewards for fast food.
Financial literacy to the team. Look, reward. It's kind of like hearing the words cash back when you
Yeah,
start building credit. So whatever ways you can save, look, those apps help save money.
yeah. And when I buy stuff, I try to get the lower price.
Yep.
That's why. Like, I went to Walmart today, and there was like the juice, $1, and I was like, "Oh, I'm getting the $1 juice, like different flavors."
I love it. Elana, do you coupon?
I used to be obsessed with coupons because I used to watch a show where like they would save their coupons on a binder or something like that. And I was like, I
Uh-huh.
want to do that. And that's when I was little. But right now I don't.
Okay, so a disclaimer, right? Okay, I tried it, y'all. I tried. That's a whole full-time job. Keeping up with coupons, man. I can't do it. Ilani, I did it. I had the binder. Girl, I had the binder. Newspaper clippings, the ones that you find, like the coupons from online, like the whole nine, like had them. And I can't do it, y'all. I can't do that. That was too much work. Just can't do it. Was even following all the couponing groups because they're awesome. They tell you where to go, all the fines. To my couponers, we love you. Y'all do a fantastic job. I just could not. I couldn't. So much work.
Really? I heard now that they don't take a lot of coupons because, yeah, like, um, like back then they used to have like they used to have it a lot, use it a lot at the same time, and now they can't use it. Like they have like a limit.
Oh, they done limited them. Oh, look, listen, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, people used to go out and get stuff in bulk, honey. Like I used to live for like watching people who were stockpiling stuff. I'm like, this is nice. I think one of the good things. So I know a lot of people get upset with people who buy all the stuff in bulk, right? But one of the good things that I liked about people who did it when it came time to like COVID, a lot of people were sharing the things that they had with people who could not find things during COVID. They weren't charging them, they were just giving it out. So this is where you get to see where community sometimes comes together and how neighbors begin to help other neighbors. Even after COVID, like during hurricane season, when people like try to go to the store and they need items, but all the shelves are empty. People who have been couponing 12 in a decade had all these extra items that they were able to help people who couldn't find things. And I think that's the one thing that I kind of like about those who do coupon and do it on a regular basis. They have an abundance of things and then they're able to help their neighbors in a time of need. So I think that was pretty awesome. And so kudos to the people who think about community and neighbors in the times of need. I mean, I think that's a great way to give back to others, especially like when we know we have it, that we can share it. So I'm appreciative of people who do that, like stockpile and share with community.
Yeah, I saw videos on TikTok which their garage is full of detergents,
Toilet paper,
snacks,
yeah,
paper towels,
paper
paper,
towel.
everything. And I was like, they're literally prepared for, they're literally good for 2 years. They don't have to do anything.
Listen, they shop for the bear. The only thing they need is meat. They have like cereals, like I'm like, man,
They're good for life.
right? I'm like, I was really hoping, like when I started, I'm like, I'm gonna be like them with it. Yeah, no, I couldn't do it.
No.
Couldn't do it.
And I love to go to Publix because they have deals, like good deals, like buy one, get one free, or buy two,
Yes.
get one free. I'm always at Publix, like the
Publix
one.
and Winn-Dixie for any of the Winn-Dixies that's still around. Because Winn-Dixie would often do it too, where it's like, oh, buy one, get one, or buy two, get one, or buy one, get two, or get them half off. Like, I love them kind of deals. And so I would live for the newspapers when they came out because I'm like, what's on sale at Publix and what's on sale at Winn-Dixie? And then what's at Aldi's, because I like Aldi's too. I think those are always good. But newspapers, they tell us what's gonna be on sale so we can get them deals. You can find some of them online too. I think Publix has their deals on their
Yeah,
website.
yeah. And I think that's a good way if you're saving money. Use
Yeah.
rewards and look for, you
Yep.
know, not free stuff, but like they're
Like make your list, make your shopping list, and then look at where to go. Like look
yeah,
for those things online and see if like one of the
deals.
stores has it on sale. Yeah, I think
Mhm.
Aldi's like a week or so ago had like the Welch's pack of juice, the 24 pack for like $1 and some change. So people were like going and stockpiling from Aldi's. And I think that was pretty cool too, because again, it's something that most people wouldn't have noticed or seen, but it like became like a craze on social media. And people were like, yeah, you better go to Aldi's and get your 24 pack of juice. But I'm here for it. Like wherever we can find the deals, let's get them. Especially now with high grocery prices. So look, those are your short-term and long-term savings goals for groceries, for real.
Also, you can go to like places like where you give your clothes and they pay you. That's a good
That's
idea
true.
if
That's
you
true.
need a little bit more money.
That is true. That is true. Yes, yes, and yes. I love it.
What advice will you give to someone who feels like they don't have enough to start saving?
Start with $1. I feel like people think in order to save, they have to have a massive amount of money. I think they're like, oh, in order for me to start saving, I have to have $50 or I have to have $100. Say what you have, you know. I think it is it if all you have is $1, save 50 cents. Don't spend the whole dollar. Or if it's something you don't need, right? Save the whole dollar. So I think just start where you are. It doesn't have to be a whole lot. Just start where you are.
Also, you can save pennies or coins and then you can trade them for cash.
That's true. That's true. Look, we love a good piggy bank. And now it's cool because like Walmart has the coin counter. So like you can just go and dump your coins inside of it and let the machine count it out and it'll give you the dollars back. I don't know if Walmart still has it, but I know Walmart used to have like the coin counter. Some stores have them.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forgot about that, about saving coins. That will help you a lot if
Absolutely.
you save,
Absolutely.
because there's still money, you know. They're
Exactly.
just coins, but
Look, those coins matter, y'all. Those coins
yeah.
matter. Don't throw the pennies away. The pennies matter. Yes. Oh, and even think about like coin collectors, people who collect coins. So if you look at your coins, some coins may be rare coins, and you can actually get more money for rare coins. Coin collectors.
Never seen those before.
Oh, for real? So I think like there are some coins that if they're made before a certain time periods, they'll sell for more. So like if it's a penny, so like what do we have? I think it's like real copper pennies or something like that. Sell for more. I'm looking real quick because there's a certain type of penny that actually sells for more. And then sometimes there'll be like coins that um have they were printed by mistake. And so now they're rare, but they're still in circulation because like if people have them and they spend it like it's the actual penny. But if you actually save it and you go to a coin collector, they'll give you more than a penny for it. So it's worth like looking at your coins sometimes to see if they're before a certain time period. Because like there's a website that kind of shows you like the worth of coins.
Yeah, I think I saw a coin that is set $1. And I
Yes,
was like,
yeah.
that's
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely worth it. Like the $2 bill. Like there's not a whole lot of people walking around with the $2 bill. And while it may still be only worth $2, right? There's again so many things you can get from it if you like hold on to it. I think there's like coin exchange places that'll kind of share with you like what the currency of it will be. It's kind of like finding like rare items. There's some dolls or like knickknacks that maybe your parents have that could be worth more than what it was when they bought it. Yeah, look out for those, y'all. Look out for those. Save them coins. Or
I don't
look
know
at,
if you saw that they're getting rid of the pennies.
yep.
I'm like, a
So
lot of fast
even
food, they're doing that.
even with that in mind, right? So the last penny is being circulated now, like printed and circulated now. In a couple years, that penny is gonna be worth money. But
Very,
the longer you so y'all, I need y'all to remember, like coins, like the longer they're around, the more they'll be worth. So you can't be like, oh, I'm saving this last penny and I'm gonna go try to sell it right now. Give it a few years. So like if you're young now and you know your grandkids will be able to take that penny and probably get some money from it. But I think yeah, coin collection is a thing. Like people really do collect coins and they save them. They save them for when they're actually worth something.
yep.
Alrighty.
Let's see. How does saving money impact your financial freedom in the future? I think we said something like that.
Being more responsible, just learning to be more responsible. Again, I feel, had I known more things about financial literacy early on, I probably would have done a little bit better. But again, like when you know better, you do better, right? So when you learn a thing, start applying it. Like it's never too late to start building better budget habits, building better credit, all those things. So I think, we learn from where we are.
How you like pay your bills? Try to
Girl,
pay them because you don't want to get in debt in your future. So try to pay them. Try your best. I know they're
right.
very high bills, but try to pay them.
Pay them bills, y'all. Pay them bills. Don't ignore your creditors because they gonna come for their money. For sure. For sure.
I'm trying to pay my credit card. Ugh, not good. Not good.
Listen, we don't like having to pay it back, y'all, but we have to. We have to. But then I think it's also important to know, right? Like if you ever get into a situation where you just absolutely can't, communication is also key. Being able to talk to your lenders, talk to your creditors about, your financial troubles. So then that way they can help you with either creating a better payment plan, or sometimes they can defer a loan, or, they can help in some way. Even if it isn't a whole lot, right? A little help is better than no help at all. And at least they know where you are. But the more you communicate, the better off you will be. But definitely communication is key, instead of just ignoring them and thinking that it's going to go away, because it's not just going to go away.
You can set up your minimum payments. If you have a debt like a credit card and you
Yeah.
have to pay it, you can set up like I'm trying to see mine. Okay, so this is mine. My current balance is 494.
Okay.
I had to
What's your
pay that.
minimum payment?
I already did it. I already paid it.
Okay.
But I think it was like 20 something.
Okay.
So, from there. But I tried to pay my minimum and then maybe next Friday, because I get paid every Friday. I do like 15 every Friday.
Oh, good. So you're actually paying more per month than just the minimum payment. But
If
when your
that makes
statement comes out,
sense.
you give them the minimum payment.
Yeah. I paid the minimum and then next Friday I just put 15 and then 15 and then the minimum payment and then 15, 15, 15, 15. Yeah.
Yep. And that makes sense because it helps you to pay it down faster. Which is good. That's good. And again, right? when you get to a point where like maybe you're in trouble and you can't, because you continue to pay the minimum plus you pay the minimum on that statement, but you're still adding every week because you get paid on a weekly basis, they'll remember that because they can see your payment history. So if something was to come up, you be able to go in and say, hey, I'm having a really hard time this month. I need, like, what can we work out? And then they'll see that you've always paid more than just the minimum payment and be able to kind of help you out. But definitely, like, that communication is key. But I love that responsibility is awesome. Like, you pay the minimum plus the extra.
Yeah. Trying to pay it off before Christmas or New Year's.
True story. She's like, I don't want this bill no more.
Before, let's start the new year, new, fresh, and zero.
I know that's right.
No sales.
I love it. Well, look, I know. Look, we rocked it tonight. It was just us. Woo-hoo. Look, we did that. We did that. So we really hope y'all enjoyed and got some tips and tools from Talk Tuesday tonight. So the end of the year, right, doesn't have to mean that, doesn't have to mean the end of your money, right? So right now, it's easy to get caught up in spending, sales, gift lists, family expectations, social pressure. But let me remind you, you can give and still keep something for yourself. Saving a little now can set you up for way bigger goals later. And giving, it doesn't have to come with a receipt. Some of the best gifts don't cost a thing. Remember, you can give your time, your talents, your words, and your energy. So here's the challenge. As the holidays roll in, ask yourself, what can I give that's meaningful? And what can I save that'll serve me later? You got the power to give wisely, save intentionally, and step into the new year with confidence. And trust me, being smart with your money is always in style. So for our upcoming events, on November 29th, we are doing Family Walk in the Park. So come out with your loved ones for our Family Walk in the Park. It's simple, peaceful, and full of good conversation. We'll hand out conversation cards to guide meaningful talks while we walk. And then afterwards, we will all sit together to do reflection and connection as a community. It's a great way to bond while walking and talking side by side. To learn more about our events and programs, visit our website at www.stepsfoundation.org/events. And don't forget to follow us on social media. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, don't forget to like and subscribe because you want to come back and follow our podcast. Yes. You are not behind. You are not bad with money, and you are not alone in learning how to manage it. Financial wellness is a journey, not a race. And every step you take toward understanding your money is a step towards your independence and your future. We're proud to be part of a growing movement where young people are taking control of their finances with confidence and care. Keep asking questions, setting goals, and choosing what's best for you, not just what looks good on social media. Thank you guys for being a part of Talk Tuesday this month. Stay smart, stay focused, and most of all, stay true to your values. Until next time, stay inspired, stay empowered, and keep building your future. We'll see y'all next week.